It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, Maiyegun don't come, my people make we shout, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun Diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come, this one not the off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, and in the touchlight every corner, Maiyegun don't come, okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder, Maiyegun don't come, my people make we shout, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun Diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come, this one not day off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, Maiyegun don't come, my people make you shout, Maiyegun don't come,
Hello there.
Maiyegun Diary,
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, àmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary,
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
Maiyegun Diary,
lórí Facebook.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Maiyegun Diary, bó bá ṣe àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary,
ó sì tún ṣe
Thank you so much for joining me again tonight. You know what to do. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Most especially tonight, that what we knew would happen is already happening. The propaganda machines have been activated. BBC published that there is no evidence, and that is just a tip of what is still to come. Please share the broadcast.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Read the caption of the broadcast. Read the description as well. And then share it. Okay? before we delve into this tonight.
And yes, right. And yes, right. President Barufio. And yes, right. Igoni Nakowo je. And yes, right. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Ayé ẹ̀sùnra yìí. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò. Ayé ẹ̀sùnra yìí. Òwúrọ̀ olóṣèlú. Ayé ẹ̀sùnra yìí. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra yìí. Ayé ẹ̀sùnra yìí. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnràkì.
Thank you. I was putting on some certain stuff there, and then I almost got caught up in that. Good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun, and it is live. There are now new developments that you should be aware of. Kolu is fighting back, and he is doing so from all fronts. I didn't know this before. I knew that their loss of control over the access to information by Nigerians and the rest of the world has always been a nightmare for the clans of APC. Egbekegbe. I knew that social media was a big problem for them, but I didn't know that it is actually the biggest enemy, they called it, enemy of the federal government of Nigeria. Why? The Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation issued a statement over what they call the loss of control on what people say on the Nigeria media. Now, in Nigeria, right now, you are not allowed to discuss Tinubu's past. You are not allowed. No one is allowed to discuss about Tinubu's drug dealing in America on Nigeria media now. You cannot discuss Tinubu's certificate on Nigeria media. You can't ask a question if you are a journalist. That seems like you are probing this current issue. Even though the resultant effects of Tinubu being president of Nigeria, the negative of that, or the negativity of that, rubs on all of us. Whether you are Nigerian American, British Nigerian, Abi Nigerian British, Nigerian Canadian. You know what I'm saying, Abi? It rubs on all of us. However, this is not to be discussed. Discussing them in Nigeria is considered as an incitement of the public against the government, not against the forger. Do you get that? Do you get that narrative, Abi? So Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation has issued last warning to all the media houses in Nigeria. On this issue, you can no longer talk about them. And you can no longer talk about Tinubu in that regard. You need to wait for the Supreme Court of Nigeria to say if Tinubu forged certificates or not. But that is just on one front. The NBC said there is already a bill to regulate the social media, whereby they can just turn off the internet or the social media in Nigeria whenever they like. They can also arrest you if you post anything on social media that they consider as injurious to them. You will be tried for treason. So it is like a North Korea in West Africa right now. Do you understand that? You must be very careful of how you talk about the leader. Don't talk about his misdemeanors, his criminal past or present, or you could lose your life, or, fair enough, maybe your liberty. Now, that promotion has to come with a bill that will turn to a law. They are making law that will criminalize criticizing Tinubu. But from my own experience, APC, if not because of their crudity, because they are very crude, violent, and heartless, human lives means nothing to them. It's just statistics. You know what I mean? If not because of their crudity, APC is so inefficient in almost everything. Talk about bad governance. That is their kind of, A1. Then talk about corruption. I mean, people have been looting and stealing in Nigeria. Not with so much brazen lunacy that these guys are doing it. It's more or less like they've legalized it. You just have to belong to the right group before you can commit those crimes. When it comes to rigging, they have been rigging election in Nigeria that people are saying rigging. It came to that of APC, it became something that is about to throw Nigeria into an everlasting flame. And they are the ones holding the matches and the gasoline. They are so terrible in the way they deal with the people that rather than people, the same people that were cheering them on in 2015, the same people have now grown to loathe them. Some people actually hate them with passion. They failed in everything, but they kept the seal of violence, lies, manipulation and fraud, and violence too, violence. They kept those. And that is why they always kind of create an alternative reality for themselves. And in this alternate world that they have always been living in, the ones that told them and kind of assured them that being poor is in fact a privilege. You should be grateful that you are poor. Because being poor means you are living within your means. Alternative world. And I knew it. When you bring facts before them, they will be using their own alternative imaginations. And then they will be telling you, shey they don't have a right to their own opinion. You have right to your own opinion. I have right to my own opinion. Why you okay? Here is it. When the APC, the way they are kind of programmed, the young and the old, they work the same way. It is the same pattern. When you present facts, video, picture, every evidence, they will tell you that what if all of this evidence, what if they are not true? Listen to this. So they agree these are evidence, okay. But what if there is another one? And you are like, okay, you don't know another one. You don't have another one. This is the available one. This is the one that is contrary to what is presented. And then they will tell you, listen, I agree with you that you have yours because everybody is having this. So in their own alternate world, there must be another one. So in that world, APC, already filled that blank for their ass lickers, ombud slaves. So in the case of Tinubu and the forfeiture of 460,000 US dollars to the American government because of heroin trading and trafficking, in order for it is called a plea bargaining, that he managed to escape jail. When they were caught and when they were presented with evidence, you know what they said? They said, how come he's not in jail? And you are like, but have you heard anything about plea bargaining? The same one that allowed them to release the rest of $1.8 million to him by just taking out $460,000 because the law in America said they cannot take a fine, right? That is, more than so and so. And they were like, but he didn't go to jail. The fact that he didn't go to jail simply means it was a civil matter. So the deflection from the president of Nigeria being mentioned in an American DEA investigation of heroin trafficking in Chicago, in America, is being mentioned there, his address, his bank account, where he was transferring all those money. All the evidence were there. But in their own alternative world, why is he not in jail? So far, he didn't go to jail. Means America. Because America could have extradited him now. So that means it wasn't a serious case then. Do you get that? So that's simply what? Water that drug dealing, what have you down? Okay? Then he came to this Chicago State University of Chicago. Majority of those that are standing to defend Tinubu today, if you trace majority of them to 20 years ago, they were as alarmed as so many of you are today that there could be people standing up, defending the fraud, as much as evidence presented before everyone. Majority of those who are defending him today, 20 years ago, they were so shocked like you. 24 years ago, they were so surprised like you. It was a criminal to them. But fast forward to 24 years after that, they didn't even bother to check the lie they told them 24 years ago. That forgery of 24 years ago, that they have changed a lot from that lie to something different now. Now, that something different today is that since Chicago State University said there was a Bola A. Tinubu that attended, the rest doesn't matter anymore. The people that said, Tinubu that told you that he personally requested for his own certificate and Chicago State University gave that to him directly. He didn't mention third party. The same people changed the story to, oh, he got it through a third party. They did not mention the name of the third party. Okay? Oh, he got it through the third party. Chicago State University came and they said, we never used third party. That is a fact during the deposition, right? Okay, what happened to the certificate he is holding? We did not give that to him. That is also in the deposition, which is to establish that the certificate Tinubu presented, maybe he has original somewhere else. So maybe if he has to write officially to them now, they will give him original certificate too. But the crime here is that he presented a forged certificate that he said he got from Chicago State University. Chicago State University said, we did not issue any certificate to him. And that deposition is right there, boldly written in black and white. But in the effort of APC, my dear people, BBC, we are going to get to that of the BBC soon. But before this BBC own, since NBC has already warned people from talking about it on TV and radio, that is called media blackout. It means the real people in Nigeria, they will never know the real thing except what they are told. The same people who said Tinubu had the right to go and design his own certificate on Nigeria TV, lying on fake news. They actually came with another new thing 2 days ago. I don't know if you have heard that. They said, even Atiku, now forger. Remember what I said about deflection? Tinubu is the president of Nigeria now. All over the world, people are asking every one of you, they meet questions. Is it true that your president was a former drug dealer? Oh, is it true that your president forged his certificate? Oh, is it true? You know all of this. Some of you have encountered those people wherever you are living all over the world right now. All right? You know what that is, Abi? So it is Tinubu that has brought shame upon Nigeria. But APC are saying the shame is not just Tinubu that is bringing shame. We agree that Tinubu has brought a disgrace, embarrassment on Nigerians all over the world. But even Atiku get case. Atiku stole somebody's certificates in 1963. And you're just going to be like, okay, what do you want us to do with that? No, let us not be biased. Let us be at least balanced. Alaye, I'm asking you a question. I'm not asking you to be shaking your head or shaking your hands. What do you want us to do with Atiku stealing somebody's certificate? Because Atiku also want to be president. All of you, the same energy that you are using on Atiku, you're on Tinubu, use the same energy on Atiku too. Okay. Now let's go and try that then. What do you have for us on Atiku? They now publish these things. This is the graphically designed propaganda. Just to let you know that even Atiku self, himself no pure. We all know Atiku is a criminal. Is part of the fraudulent criminal gang that brought Nigeria to where we are today. We are not absolving him. We just want all of you to destroy yourselves. Okay? And while you are doing that, while you are going at it, please be honest. Don't put up lies to deflect, okay? Now, this is what they put up about Atiku for the past 48 hours. They wanted to justify Tinubu's forgery. Okay? They said many names of Atiku. He stole somebody's identity. Primary school, he was called Atiku Kojoli. Secondary school, Atiku Abubakar. WAEC, Siddiq Abubakar. Diploma, Atiku Abubakar. Who is the real Atiku Kojoli Siddiq Abubakar? APC. Egbekegbe. Now, normally, this shouldn't even matter to you. It's irrelevant. Do you get that now? But okay. If that is the case, then let us go and check Atiku. Oh yeah, what do you have to say about it? Who is Siddiq Kojoli or whatever it is? Because Tinubu has agreed that he forged his certificate on one hand. And you too, you also stole somebody's identity. So there is allegation, there is a fact to back that Tinubu stole somebody's identity. Identity theft. Let me tell you all of these things against Tinubu. Tinubu presented a certificate to INEC in Nigeria as somebody that he is not, with conflicting date of birth. Now, in the process of investigating that, they discovered that Tinubu that went to Chicago State University was a girl, okay? And the Tinubu that is the president of Nigeria today never came to their school. They have no record of him per se, other than where it was written that in his transcript, this Tinubu needed to go back and sit for English and mathematics, which are necessary subjects for you to gain admission to Chicago State University. You didn't sit for them. You need to go back if you want us to give you a certificate. His own transcripts show that this Tinubu in Nigeria possibly stole somebody's identity. That is why he couldn't go directly to the Chicago State University and collect his original certificate without any error. And he can easily present that to everybody and say, listen, I lost my certificate also here, but so far I could go to America. The last time I was in the US, I just went straight to the Chicago State University and I asked them, their registrar, and I paid $26 and I got the new certificate because my record, everything is there. So all of this noise would never have existed. But because in 1999, this Tinubu submitted a record to INEC that he went to University of Chicago and he graduated with in bachelor's of degree honors, or degree in bachelor's of degree. Anyway, bachelor's in economics or whatever. This was Chicago State University. That was what Tinubu told INEC in 1999. That led to the first forgery case. In this 2023, this Tinubu that told INEC in 1999 that he went to Government College Ibadan, is now telling this INEC in 2023 that he went to Chicago State University. In 1999, it was University of Chicago. In 2023, it's Chicago State University. Do you understand that now? So he presented lies and is possibly stolen somebody's identity. So they are now accusing Atiku of stealing somebody's identity. Inote, Atiku just shared some images like, listen, now my mama be this. Now my schoolmate be this. Now my yearbook in secondary school be this. Now my colleague when at the college be this or whatever. Now on the right, this is the affidavit where when I joined custom and I submit the affidavit to tell them that I have changed my name, all the documents remain valid. But from now on, I want to be addressed as Atiku Abubakar. And he stated his reasons there. What is changing? He brought out the evidence of that affidavit. This affidavit was done in 1973. He's changed his name since 1967 or so. Now, if Atiku don't show evidence, now if you ask Tinubu for evidence now, they go begin to abuse your father. They ask about your mother. The lunatics. They will begin to tell you, your papa no fit be like Tinubu, your mama no fit be Kinikon, Tinubu will be your president, because they have nothing to show. Absolute nothing. And that is why the Achet job to ensure that they plant the doubts in your mind all over the place from the original issue. What is the original issue? The registrar for Chicago State University said they did not issue the fraudulent certificates that Tinubu presented in Nigeria. Okay? They did not issue it. And they do not have any third party that issue certificate on their behalf. He categorically stated that under oath, which means he cannot lie. If he should lie to defend Tinubu, he will not only lose his job, he will go to jail. This is the original transcript of Caleb Westberg, the Chicago State University registrar. These facts have now been twisted. And those leading the charge, they are Nigerians who are working for BBC. This afternoon, these three young people, Chiagoze Fred, Unwonwu, Olaronke Alo, Fozia Tukur, these three chaps wrote a deceitful, misleading, and completely false narrative in the minds of the global readers by telling the world there is no evidence that Tinubu forged the certificate is submitted to INEC. And from their narrative, the three of them perfectly, successfully manufactured a different narrative from what actually happened that is factual. The fact that Tinubu submitted a forged certificate that template was taken from Pinterest, redesigned, did some Google searches, and put on the signature of somebody that was yet to be appointed as president of the university. On that same certificate, Tinubu also fraudulently imposed on his certificate the title of honors and whatever, and at the same time added the signature of somebody who was called the head of board of trustees. Meanwhile, back in the University of Chicago State University themselves, they have procedure that students who actually attended their schools should never found in any way difficult to reorder their own certificates for the diploma. So in the conversation, you have what is it a diploma certificate? Or is it a degree certificate or whatever it is? Nobody is rightly sure. But you see those trio who were APC, Egbekegbe supporters themselves. If you have Unwonwu on your Facebook, you can tell his position on the political conversation in the country. The same Unwonwu was dropping snippets on social media already, undermining the allegations against Tinubu. Now, this is the guy on the left, Chiagozie Fred Unwonwu, BBC correspondent in Nigeria, APC, what do you call it, Buharichuku, a bad idiot that all of us who are paying taxes in the UK are being funded to mislead the public. BBC, those trio, in their own, in their article that they presented as no evidence, they said Caleb Westberg, in his deposition, said Tinubu's, the university, Chicago State University does not keep record of students who request for the replacement of their lost certificates. Therefore, since they don't keep record of when people requested for their reorder of their certificates, you cannot say Tinubu then forged it, because Tinubu cannot present evidence that he requested for it. Do you understand that creation of a new narrative there? That it is true that Caleb Westberg said they did not issue the certificate. But the same Caleb Westberg said, from the certificate evidence that they gave to Atiku, which were certificates that were redesigned for 1990s, and some of them look like the certificate that Tinubu presented to INEC, okay? That if they photocopied the copy of the certificate presented to INEC by Tinubu, if you look at the full copy, you will realize that it is similar. That's what BBC are saying, It is similar to the certificate given to Chicago State University students in 1990s. So if Tinubu requested for a new certificate in the 1990s, and the certificate he got is designed like the new ones. So if the Chicago State University said they don't keep record of students who requested for their new certificates, then you cannot say Tinubu did not request for it. You cannot say Chicago State University did not give him the certificate. You cannot say that certificate Tinubu is parading is fake then, because Tinubu cannot show that he requested for it. That is their own theory. Also, the theory where the Chicago State University said they still have a copy of Tinubu's certificate from 1979 that wasn't picked up because that Tinubu that attended their school needed to go and recite some examination, some subjects, before they can issue the certificate. Therefore, he didn't come back, or she didn't come back to pick it, that they still have that copy. And that copy is different from what Tinubu also have. Now, whether it is a reprinted copy or not, the point here is this. That will be a second reason to show that they did not give him any certificate. But you see this BBC. BBC is now saying, listen, you cannot call it fake simply because Tinubu cannot prove to you that the vendor that is, and because Chicago State University said they don't have vendors or any third party. But the same Chicago State University also said they don't keep record. So what if Tinubu requested and they gave it to him and he took that to Nigeria, but Chicago State University have no record when he came? So how can you then say it is fake? Do you understand that narrative? They planted that in their mind, and a lot of people will be like, that's what I'm saying. All these people, they cannot listen. Chicago State University are not denying the certificate because they cannot prove that they gave it to him or they didn't. Go and read BBC report. There is no evidence that Tinubu forged it, but there is evidence. There is evidence. You cannot forge what you have. You cannot forge what is yours. You can't. You can only forge what you don't have. And that is why it was easily spotted. And it was a joke all over the world right now. And they needed. You have heard that of BBC, Abi? You are going to hear from, what do you call it? You're going to read from New York Times. You're going to see some of them on CNN. They are going to be quoting all of this. So, Nigerians who were so surprised that young people could allow themselves in the name of journalism to try to whitewash a criminal that a lot of your parents possibly have told you about, and you use your profession, taxpayers' money. BBC doesn't really make money in the UK. I live here, and I can tell you this. And I'm actually still personally concerned that I am paying a TV license in the UK. TV license in the UK here to pay the salaries of BBC workers. Both those who are here in the UK and all over the world. And I'm now watching the same BBC using their platform to change a narrative of something that they are already profiling us for. The UK government is already profiling Nigerians. Due to this political reality in Nigeria. And they are also using the taxpayers' money to promote a propaganda, to create a different narrative that will go side by side with facts, so that people will begin to actually push that wrong narrative until they clear the drug lord. Meanwhile, everywhere Nigerian goes, you are going to profile us. You're going to screen us for what we didn't do, for the sins we have no idea, we didn't actually contribute to. A lot of us are going to be persecuted because of this latest development in Nigeria. So it ought, actually differently, that they have these people in Nigeria that they hired who actually have their own political allegiance to APC, Egbekegbe, and they are using the BBC Africa, BBC platform to spread their propaganda, to give legitimacy. I mean, if a UK Prime Minister is accused of forging his own education certificates, is he just going to hire BBC to launder his image? Or is just going to face the camera, face the press, and answer questions about this? Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world today. Former UK Prime Minister David Cameron said Nigeria is fantastically corrupt. That if what is being stolen from Nigeria yearly is stolen from the United Kingdom a year, United Kingdom will run and will go bankrupt within 5 years. What they actually steal from Nigeria a year. And yet, you can't help Nigeria and Nigerians to fight these criminals. You're gonna profile us anyway. You're gonna see us as people coming from a narcotic nation. You're gonna see us as people who are like forgers. Everyone that comes from Nigeria today will receive every extra training than their counterpart from the rest of the world. But you're not going to help us. It's so unfortunate. Immediately this publication came out, Nigerians reacted, of course. And what there followed, the perpetrators, Nwonwu, Olaronke Alao, Fauzia Tukor, they all locked their social media handles, whereby you will not be able to contact them. You will not be able to comment on their pages. They decided to go underground. The job is done. The rest of the world, the rest of their government in Nigeria are already sharing it. It is like their first shot at trying to fight back, changing the narrative. You know what I mean? So Nigerians are now demanding from the UK government to not only delete this misleading article, they must also sack those 3 musketeers, those 3 agents of misleading or misinformation from their platform. Because Nigeria is currently at a place where an ordinary Nigerian believes that they are fighting for their lives. And the propaganda and the collusion of the UK government with the Nigerian successive draconic authoritarian governments, which even though you are collaborating with them in unleashing this terrible misgovernance that continue to give Nigeria and Nigerians a terrible image abroad, you still profile us for it. It's us that you punish for it. And then took advantage of that as the economy continued to dwindle. And they continue to receive your backing. Nigerians continue to live in droves, looking for the greener pastures that are not really green anymore. So yes, a lot of Nigerians are beginning to contact the BBC. Enough, right? There has been so many human rights infractions by this APC, Egbekegbe government in Nigeria. And you've just been rubbing salt on the wounds of Nigerians, right? And I like that. Those who committed this treachery, they are already scampering and running for cover because the only place that people actually have to fight, and those who have the real kind of resources to fight, are those of us who are in the diaspora. Because when things go south in Nigeria soon, they will begin to change their laws here too. Even though you are seeing them currently giving visas and making so much money from Nigeria and Nigerians from our own miseries, one of these days they will begin to do what they would call easing the weight, easing the burden. That will be when millions of Nigerians would have flocked all of this Western world. When things continues like this, many Nigerians will leave. The UK, at least, a lot of us are beginning to meet our former schoolmates, primary schoolmates, secondary schoolmates, church members, market colleague, and the rest of them. You have started meeting them on these different streets all over the world now, Abi. In Canada, when you walk 2-3 blocks, you will see somebody you went to school with 10 years ago. All of them have relocated. Abi, when you look at your wedding picture today, you see those who were there when you did your wedding 10 years ago. Out of about 20 people that were at your wedding videos and pictures, 18 of them are now living in the UK. You run into yourselves now. Everybody is now like, UK is now like Shomolu to Bariga. You get what I mean? If you go to London, even here in Glasgow, everybody is running to themselves. Now, one of these days, they are going to tell themselves that, listen, we have had enough. We need to ease the burden, change the law, send these people back to where they come from. And that is going to be another battle. That will be the consequences of where this is going to lead to. So to those of us who are in the diaspora, who have the resources, it is indeed on us, on all of us, never to keep quiet. Bond together. And at this point, join them in fighting for our lives. When they use their Western media to address their Western audience, lying to them, do not let it pass. Because nothing is by coincidence. Just go and look at the author. Right now, all over Nigeria media, they are telling everybody there is no evidence of Tinubu forging his certificate. BBC. Of course, it is not BBC. It is these 3 musketeers who did the Ashet job. These guys can be, all of them will be probably under 25. Look at their faces. They are helping in shaping the future that promises all of us one thing, generational ruins. But they are doing it right now without considering the consequences. They are not mentioning their names. They are now titled the whole thing as BBC. That's exactly how you're going to see next time. There is no evidence of Tinubu forging his certificate. New York Times. Just don't look at it. Look beyond the title. Go and look at the author. You will see the name there. Washington Post. Tinubu did not forge his certificate. No evidence. Washington Post. Go and check the author. You will see the name of your brethren there. In the case of these 3, you can call it Wazobia. Wa is for the Olaronke. Zo is for Zia. Bia is for Chiagozie Fred. Do you see the tempo there? Wazobia. And that's exactly how they are going to be moving in the next coming days. When they will be moving so mad. You will be seeing your brethren there. Yorubas, Hausas, Igbos, Ijos, Ishekiris, Fulanis, and the rest of them. They will be like they were on propaganda steroid. 400 of them have been hired. In case if you don't know what you are up against, the only people that can really match them for madness for madness, facts against lies, are all of us on social media. And that is the reason why they said social media is the biggest enemy of Nigeria. Baba, economy of Nigeria that is tanked is not the biggest worry of the federal government of Nigeria. The insecurity, that has become everyday mental sum, our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses. Kidnap us and then kidnap us every day and give us our daily bread. What is our daily bread? kidnap us, brutalize us, dehumanize us. In fact, kidnap and kill us, go matter. It is now becoming a daily bread in Nigeria. You either get kidnapped, or you escape from kidnappers. It is Thanksgiving from Thanksgiving to Thanksgiving. This is not a big headache to the federal government of Nigeria. No, it is not. When you have the population of over 22 million children out of school, your future is already ruined. You just don't want to accept it. You can live in denial. You can pretend it's not happening. You can even pretend to be saving your own family when this old keg of gunpowder finally catches its fire and then boom. You would be more than shocked if you are alive. 22 million out of school children, no education, no training, no planning, no future, but they have to survive anyway, one way or the other. In that system, ladies and gentlemen, it is not the headache of the federal government of Nigeria. Why would that be? That they run Nigeria aground. That when Nigeria generates 100 naira, Nigeria spend 98 naira servicing debts, which means Nigeria is left with a 2 naira, and that 2 naira too is going to go into IOU, another debt. It's not the headache of these criminals. They are hiring publicists. They are hiring public speakers. They are hiring media, representatives. They are hiring people that will be, they call them people relation officers, PROs, for Tinubu as special advisors, special assistants, because they want people to come and lie to you. They are hiring media men and women, clowns, that will paint you, El Dorado, the picture of how they are working day and night to make Nigeria work for you. And then you'll be hoping and expecting, thinking, oh, they are working for us. They are going to make it soon. Electricity is going to work soon. There's going to be this or that soon. They are hiring those, not those who are going to sit down, think, and take you out of the mess you are. They need image launderers. They are willing to pay millions, and they are actually paying millions, if not billions, to everyone who is ready to put his name on the line and come out and say, Tinubu is right, Tinubu is clear, all of you are just enemies. Leave him alone. Let him be. Face your life. If you are willing to do that, they'll pay you. While Nigeria continues to go down the hill. Think about that. Because illegitimacy, you cannot wash illegitimacy clean with lies and propagandas. You can't. I have told you this before. You can rig election to come to power and use propaganda to do that and see yourself as somebody who has achieved something. To you, you have won the war. It's a war, jihad, war, new. Or you have lost the battle. You won the war of those who are doing everything to legitimately stop you. You rigged in, lied, killed, did all you could. But you lost the people. And here you are. You need more and more liars to get more and more of them on your side. Not what you have to offer or what you have to do or what you are doing. It is about how they feel about you. And that's why they hire more people, publicists. People that will tell you Tinubu is not who you think he is. He's a great person. He's thinking about you. He's working day and night. It's coming. Your life is going to get better soon. Okay, don't worry. They are thinking of you and all of that. They will be telling you all of that every day. You'll be seeing your life goes up in smoke. But the big question is still going to remain. Who is Tinubu? Who the hell is this guy? And Did they not tell him that whatever they are telling him to do right now to kind of block this whole thing and let it go away won't? But Buhari tried, it didn't work. And I think this is where I am going to take you to Peter Obi's part. Peter Obi held a press conference where he called on Chief Tinubu. Some people said he deliberately didn't call him president. I never used the phrase, Your Excellency. So he called him chief. Others said it's just him didn't want to say thief Tinubu. That the chief self sounded like a thief. So I'm going to take you through Obi's views on all of this, because we have also received the report that even Obi himself, they are waiting day and night, tapping his phone and seeing people that he's talking to every day and night to see something that you're just going to hear the breaking news. Breaking news. Labour Party presidential candidate of 2023 election has been arrested for plotting to overthrow Tinubu. And everybody will be like, hey, Nalayo. They will just start presenting WhatsApp messages. They'll start presenting voice notes. They'll start presenting other things. And they'll say they have evidence to arrest Peter Obi for treason. You remember when they said people should call Peter Obi to stop talking? That every time he is talking, he is the one that is making it difficult for Tinubu to receive legitimacy. That every time, Peter Obi will go to media and he will be lambasting Nigeria. He will be lambasting the government. He will be, is that the one that want to rule Nigeria? APC, now APC, they complain. Aye, Jonathan. Man, that guy mess up. Jonathan mess up. You know what I mean now? APC, they complain, say they don't want Obi to be on any TV. They said ish, because every time he goes on TV, he gives all of you obedient energy. Energy to believe that we die here. Tinubu not be your president. They wanted Obi to just go away. That all of you will be asking, where is Obi now? Shall we not tell you? Obi don't disappear. He just want cash out. He just wanted to use all of you. Shall you get? They expected him to go away. They won't hear from him again. So the APC, that used social media in 2015 to change a sitting president, to Sambisa, from Sambisa to Otuoke. The same APC, are so scared of social media, and they believe that this Obi is the energy of all these young people. They said they didn't have a way of telling him to stop using social media. They couldn't stop him. So they were waiting for the time that he's just going to say something. Something that's going to be like, yes, Obi said, and then they will just go after him. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the obedient are like, Ogbeni, we are tired of all these things, Charade, telling us to wait. Love, justice, peace. Thank you for your super chat, by the way. Yeah. So if you are still watching, remember you need to like the broadcast, okay? And you need to also subscribe. That is the way I believe you are actually like supporting too, okay? So if you can do that, that would be great. On the other hand, the obedient are getting tired of, we need to do something. But this will be the tell us, no, we wait. Make we wait. Obi where they tell disobedient to wait. Follow the process, follow rule of law, follow blah, 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 like that, And some of these obedient are impatient. They're like, oh, Benny, you they waste time, you just say, that person where they tell people to come is still giving these criminals serious sleepless nights. They told him not to appear on TV. Anytime he appear on TV, he will say, I won. Tinubu didn't win. And the obedient will say, yes, that's my president. He did not win. We said, that stuff. And APC were like, stop saying that. Stop going on TV. At least you say you are in court. Wait for the court now. Abi? Sure, you understand that now? So we want to be the one to be talking, not you. Let's be the one talking. So assuming that it was like 2015, when they had goodwill of the people, those people would have shut the obedient down. If it was in 2015, oh. But because people don't know APC, nobody wanted them per se, except for those who are looking forward to one day, may then call them, may then give them something. So they wanted to be the one doing the talking, analyzing, basking in that euphoria of a victory, stolen victory. But every time Obi show up, it will just rob them all of that advantage. Now him everybody go to talk about. Now him everybody go to say, if they say something, causes upon causes, thief abuses upon abuses. But if this Obi say something, everybody go just they look like nice. Obedient go just they sound so lovely, nice. They praise him. They take their shine away. So they are looking for a chance to nail him and arrest him, that you or send him away from Nigeria. I have said that for the past 7 months. I've said that to you. That's always the plot. And that is why the guy seems to be kind of being clever with them as well. We'll go through what he had to say. If Tinubu is a disgrace, why don't you just come out and talk like me? Answer these questions yourself. You don't need to hire people to talk for you. You're talking about your school, right? Take the microphone. You are now the president, Abi. Take the microphone and tell your country, tell your people who you are. Obi, they asked Tinubu to come and tell you who he is, instead of sending people to you. It's a long press release. I want us to enjoy part of it, okay? As part of this chat tonight. We'll go through that. Obi, they do press conference here.
The entire Chicago University matter, as well as Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu's many other lingering identity question marks, have further worsened Nigerian less than glorious image internationally. Uninformed outsiders now see every Nigerian as a fraudster, certificate forger, or identity thief. The controversy is unnecessary, just as the implicit global embarrassment could have been avoided. In my opinion, Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu should have saved the nation and himself this protracted embarrassment and undue anxiety. Even in this late in the day, however, Chief Ahmed Bola Tinubu still owes the nation and the world a simple debt of obligation only he can discharge. I therefore respectfully and humbly call on him to immediately and personally mount the rostrum of his present high office to perform a simple task once and for all time. He should reintroduce himself to the nation he governs and to the world for avoidance of further doubt. He should let the world know his name, his nationality, his place of birth, his parentage, the primary and secondary school he attended with dates, as well as the actual universities he attended and certificates obtained. He should indicate clearly where and when he did his national youth service. In addition, if at any time he had a change of name, he should state so clearly and circumstance that his name itself is no crime. This is a simple task that will take only a few minutes. It requires no affidavit, prolonged court process, spokesperson, agents or surrogates. The task is one that only Chief Bola Tinubu himself, through a direct personal statement, can perform. He must perform this task urgently in order to lay to rest, once and for the last time, the many lingering doubts and valid speculation about his true identity. A leader cannot outsource a clear, unambiguous personal statement about his identity to political surrogates, official spokespeople, lawyers, or any other person, no matter how highly placed. A matter of personal identity of a leader is too sensitive and central to the function of the office he currently occupies to be trifled with, outsourced, or disguised under the cloak of officialdom. It is about integrity, morality, values, and the rule of law that defines the character of a nation and its people. In his present capacity as a leader of a nation of over 200 million Nigerians, his true identity is a matter of grave national and international interest. The people deserve to know with certainty the true identity of their leader, and this overrides whatever rights he may have to personal privacy. In addition, the international community deserves to know the true identity of the person with whom they will engage on Nigeria. Having stood for an election of elevated office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Bola Tinubu have implicitly undertaken to cede the rights of private citizens in favor of life of open disclosure of his true identity and other circumstances that might be of public interest. His personal integrity demands no less. The legitimity of the office he currently occupies demands that much and even more. Respect for the integrity and esteem of the Nigerian nation within the Committee of Nations makes it even more incumbent and compulsory. It is time to do the right thing. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. His Excellency will entertain 5 questions. Please.
Check your back.
Check your back.
Did you see the faces of everyone there? Is that Obi? Is that Obi talking? He kept calling him Chief Bola Tinubu, Chief Bola Tinubu. So he didn't bother calling him President Tinubu because he's not anyway, yeah. So he challenged him that, please, Mr. Tinubu, do us one single favor. Grab the microphone like him and talk to your people and say, fellow Nigerians, this is me, Bola Adekunle Ahmed. There's another one, Amoda Tinubu Shongoliri. Put everything together and talk to your people. I am not Bat. I am Bat. I be now. Bola Ahmed Adekunle Amoda Tinubu Shongoliri. How many ha inside that one? Talk to your people. You don't need to keep, giving that job to other people who are going to say nonsense. Different stories. That is why you are a mystery. Do you get what I mean? Normally, people used to say bat. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, bat. But since this wahala started, his vuvusalas have decided to give him even more names. NYSC certificate, they show Adekunle, Latibo. Chicago State University, that one is showing Adenike. Do you know how many that is now in between before you get to T? Tell everybody and say, well, it's all my names. They are my names. Were you born in 1952 or 1954 or 1955? You can tell them, Dakuda. What's the now name we give to those children who died? Ogbanje, Ogbanje. My mama born me in 1952. I no like her. I go back. She born me again in 1954. I no like her too. I go back. She come born me in 1955. That's when I said, okay, I stayed. Simple as that. Simple as APC. There are those who are going to believe you. Tinubu, they run. They run to talk to you. And you think that is normal. Since this whole madness started, I have known almost all of the names of Tinubu. I told you. Bola, Adenike, Amoda, Adekunle, Ahmed, Tinubu, Shongolere. 7 gone. 7 names to your long. He was born in 1952, 1953, 1954, and 1955. Akondeyan, very, very mysterious person. I go here waiting to be the ask. Waiting they ask Obi, waiting they tell them. We'll go back to that place where they are doing the press conference. Let's go back there.
A primary school called Holy Trinity Onitsha. I was there for a few years when my auntie, who was a principal at a place called Umuamba, Anam Primary School, took me because she wanted to live with me. So I stayed there. From there, I passed common entrance to go into Christ the King College. I was in Christ the King College from September 1973 till 1978. I then went to University of Nigeria, Nsukka, from 1980 to 1984. Read philosophy. And had a BA, second class in philosophy. Thereafter, I've been to so many other institutions for training, which I will show you my CV before you leave now. I'll make sure I have it circulated, and I can claim to be an alumnus of some of those schools that I went for training, among which include Lagos Business School, Kellogg Graduate School, Oxford University, State Business School in Oxford, Cambridge, George Business School, and in Switzerland. There's so many other places that I've gone for training, from INSEAD in France, Columbia in New York, and all that. So these are no longer private to me. Everything I read or any thing I did, programs I participated, are documented. When I give you my CV, whenever I write down here, I'll show you what I did there, and they're open for verification. It's no longer a private thing. You must be verified.
Thank you.
On issue of whether, on invitation of the PDP presidential candidate, let me reiterate again. Whenever there's an issue of national interest, I'm involved in it, invited or uninvited, because about our country.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Your Excellency, my name is Friday, and I'm a reporter with Channels TV. I'd like to ask you just one question, since my senior colleague has taken the first question I wanted to ask actually about that call from the PDP presidential candidate. My second question, which I'm asking now, has to do with what the PDP candidate has in his hand. I've not seen it, that's why I mentioned, and I'm using my word carefully. The certificates that he said his lawyer have been able to get, that has generated this conversation. Of what use is it to your own case? Because we would like to know if you also pleaded among your prayer in the court is included the certificate forgery that the presidential candidate of the PDP is pursuing. So of what use is what they have now? What use it is in your fight to secure a mandate?
I don't make comments on issues that are before the court. Everybody knows that. However, where we are is beyond the court. What we're talking about today is actually a challenge and a crisis to the soul of our nation, to our existence. People who are asking these questions and you have to answer everywhere, it's not this. And when this is not a political matter, I want people to understand, it is no longer politics. I've said it over and over again. It is not about whether people went to school or didn't go to school. We have leaders all over the world. I mentioned several, they did not have formal education. The most quoted American president didn't go through formal education. And he's highly respected. Lincoln. And in the UK, it was a similar thing with Churchill. He was not a good student in school. And I can go on and on. People who have rich background who didn't have opportunity of going to school. And if you recall during Clinton's problem, our respected former president of America, Jimmy Carter, said, it is not about party, it's not about where you are or what you belong or politics, but if American president have been involved in what they consider perjury, it's a difficult thing. We have a situation where we're now faced with credibility, values, and foundation of our nation. And I think I'm calling on all those that used to speak out to come out and speak out. In this country, people questioned Jonathan's PhD. Somebody said PhD is in zoology, is not for presidency. Where are the people now? We want them to come out now. So that's why I said respectfully, I'm pleading that this issue be attended to.
Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, good morning. Yeah, Abia is my name. I report for Wazobia, Nigeria. You just gave us your rich CV now. Did you submit this certificate to INEC? If no, why? Are you scared of anything? That is one. Secondly, this issue of certificate saga, I think it should have all this, everything like this should have been done before the election itself. Don't you think it's high time we look into our electoral process? And Atiku is having his own, we're talking about Tinubu now and others. So don't you think our electoral process needs to be looked into before election, or this should have been settled? Thank you.
Thank you very much. About submission, I'll say it again. If you look at what I submitted to INEC, I submitted up to my university degree, including my youth service, and I attached the other one. The other one, quite frankly, the only thing that you require is primary and secondary school. But I attached up to university. And like I said, I went to University of Nigeria, Suka. It's not very far. In fact, if you go there today, the present VC, which is the first VC that is an alumnus of the...
I'm coming back to that. Did you hear that journalist asking that this should have been done before, before the election? Is it not a little bit too late now? Meanwhile, they answered the journalist before that this where that one was like, but this issue is in court, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, listen, we're talking about credibility issue here, okay? If you are one of those who are still waiting for Supreme Court to say the certificate is forged or the certificate is original, then you are one of those who are living in denial, okay? That's exactly what Tinubu wants. It doesn't care what you say about him. He believes that as long as judiciary is not going to look into them or probe into them and clear him, everybody can say whatever they like. He will hold on to that. And that the tribunal failed to even touch those evidences. Remember, at the time, did they make those evidences like worthless? Did they send, I mean, did the tribunals throwing out the evidence and the case, did that change who Tinubu is in the eyes of everyone? No, he didn't. He actually legitimized it. But for people like Tinubu and his gang, they don't care. The only thing they care about is if the court is going to certify it. That's going to be a bigger problem. That's a problem that's going to be completely out of their hand. But in this case, they are in control of it. As long as the Supreme Court is not going to look into it, so they will even make sure that the Supreme Court justices even say the certificate is original. Whatever you hear from Chicago State University or the registrar, that is your own cup of tea. So that's how much control they are when it comes to the issue of controlling that that court and the certificate or what have you. But it won't change what the world knows. It will not change that. Can't you see that? Asking Obi that, or asking anybody that, but isn't it too late? They should have disqualified him. This is you joining us 3 weeks late. We already knew that their position would be they should have stopped him. You are now expecting us, the court, to stop him. We can't stop him. So you should have stopped him before now. It's not our job to stop him anymore. That's what they will tell you for the sake of national security. We know that. We knew that months ago. But what I'm saying is that even if the Supreme Court now says no evidence, would that change the way you see Tinubu in the real sense of it? Would you not always remember how much you were irritated and you wanted this whole thing to go away because you know it is the truth? And to you, since there's nothing anybody can do about it, then stop making noise about it. But in years to come, you are still going to see him as that drug lord. You're still going to see him as that certificate forger. But by that time, all of us all over the world would have been seen exactly just like that. And that is also another one you are not paying attention to. If you are one of those ass lickers. The court can say no evidence, but would that change the truth? Would that change what you know? Of course it won't. Then when the consequences of you and your bias is being fulfilled that way, since Tinubu has no integrity or credibility to go on TV and talk to everybody. Why must he talk to anybody? Because you know he has nothing to say. What's he going to say? Sincerely speaking, what is he going to tell us? But if they accuse the president of a country of something, you don't hire people to speak for you. You take the stand. You're a politician. You can lie. Abi, these guys, Tinubu, Bokwari, they are the worst cowards that I have ever seen. Nigeria, most of your Nigerian leaders are actually pure cowards. Shameless cowards. They love the horror where all this organized outing, where people go to praise them, hey, and they'll be working with all the DSS security, everybody, wow. They love that. They don't want to be questioned of it. What have you taken? They don't want to take any responsibility. Bunch of cowards. Politicians, their job is to lie, isn't it? So if you are now the leader for all of other politicians who are working under you, that means you are the brainiest, Abi. Because you can use all of their brains and address your people. Obama, we know say one can't lie to Americans. They don't set the stage. Obama will be ready. He's already spoken to all of his advisors. His advisors on this subject, on that subject, on that subject, on that subject. All of them don't sit down together. They've discussed it. They've discussed how he's going to present it too. They've discussed the words he's going to use. Don't use this word. They're going to hold you onto it too. Don't say that one. Use this word instead. Use this one. Use this hash one here. Brainy people, they go add all their brain, put them for that Obama head. Donald Trump, same thing. They'll put all of that together. Then when he faces the camera and he start talking on a particular subject, you go sit down there, you go say, Liar, liar, he's lying. But some of you, you go, oh man, and he's so sexy. I like when whenever Obama is lying on TV, he kind of looks so sexy because you want to believe the lie. But you see these Agberos, these crude criminals, Agberos who don't get any sense, who don't get anything. They don't have any of such a something that actually makes them look like this is our job. Our job is to lie. These ones are pure, God damn it, chancers, hustlers who say anything and anything and any time. But the main guy, they don't hide them. He know if he talk. So which means he's a coward, a brainless coward. So what they are saying here is that a lot of people have been saying a lot of things, including Maiyegun. Be bold enough. Take up the microphone and say, my fellow people, let me tell you, they are lying, right? You know something? What happened is this. Tell lies. You're going to say, people, they say, lie. But Tinubu no get sense. What you want to talk? I took my eye. You know the way he talks. Where's that one where he was talking about having, what do you call it? I cannot share all of my idea here. They will spy on me. They will spy on me. The way they thought it was actually making any sense. And then the Asha Leges, the crumb beaters in the crowd. I have to tell you, you have to talk to me another day. I cannot share my strategy. Which strategy will it? Strategy will it? Strategy. So you tell strategy, they say it, grab them, snatch them, and run away. Only this strategy when you call you. Let's be honest. The strategy will call you. You don't get anything for that head. If you get them, you will understand what this really means. The media, the social media, the evidence, everything that is available. If he gets sense, he go grab microphone like all this, Sunaka, Bikiloroko, Itowan, UK 1B. Rishi Sunaki. That way they too go grab microphone. They lie to us in the UK. You go, they lie to all of us here. But you go, they listen to them and say, oh God damn it, this guy is just he's a liar. He's a fucking liar, man. You know, that kind of thing, like you are like, oh no, damn it. But guess what? It is his job. He will lie so smoothly. So then back into this and you'll be like, okay, maybe it's actually true, Sha. Okay, wait, Sha. You know, that kind of a thing. Call you know if he talk to you like that. You would rather send people. Now listen to this last part of Obi's interview. What do you call it? A press conference before we go to the next one, and then we'll go to the last one, and then we'll go call it tonight.
The behavior. These are critical issues. That's why I say this goes to the soul of our nation. It is not politics. It is an appeal.
Thank you, sir. The last
Are we asking the next briefing?
Okay, there's one here.
Okay, there's one.
Okay, there's one.
Sorry.
Excellency, my name is Ogie Ismail, I report for AIT. What I need to add to the question that my colleague asked is, what venue do you want the president to announce to the world about his name, his certificate? But a lot of statements have been made by the presidency before the press. Thank you.
What I just did now. It's just very simple. I said it should not be, remember what I said? It should not be a source. It should be him. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen.
Just one.
Sir, I have a question for one more.
Just one, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sir, my name is Sunday Iswa. I write for Leadership newspaper. Now, INEC displayed the credentials of all the candidates that participated in the elections. Why were you people not interested about investigating these credentials until now? And the second question is, Section 29, Subsection 5 of the Electoral Act states clearly how issues of pre-election matters should be challenged in court and the parties that should challenge this issue. Why are you raising these issues now?
I'm not in court now. I said I don't get involved with the issue of court. And let me say it again. This is a critical issue. It doesn't matter when the issue came up. It still remains the same thing. Ben Johnson ran a great race and is a respected athlete. But on that one last race, he's already gotten the gold and went home when they discovered that his tested testing is duped. They didn't say, oh, you would have known that before Ben Johnson ran the race. But they do the test before he went there. So it doesn't matter when. There's no particular time to do what is right. This is the time to do what is right. And we must. We have a nation. We have children. The young girl who said he was the best in exam, they didn't dictate him before he said it. Well, when he said it, the people started investigating. And when they found out, Nigeria, what do you tell that young girl? So say to her, it wasn't dictated before he came out. No. This is an issue that is of great concern to the soul of our nation.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Excellency. Thank you very much.
My phone did down.
Anyway, that was the closing of it. I wanted you to see before we move on. You see this issue of stolen identity, forged certificate. It don't cause wahala between Dele Momodu and ACBida, Bayo Ononuga. You know, Bayo Ononuga happened to be one of these old AG that were parading. That was one of those parading themselves as you know, progressives, journalists who write whatever, but Elebi Agbalagba Oniya. Bayo Ononuga and Dele Momodu, Dele Momodu shared this, that listen, Emma will struggle. There's nothing called Sadiq Abubakar that is not explained here. Tell Tinubu to show his own childhood photos, show his childhood friends, and the people he grew up with and all of that stuff, instead of lamenting, okay? Immediately, Dele Momodu shared this, right? ACBida, Bayo Ononuga, forwarded a message to Dele Momodu. He said, this afternoon, Dele Momodu said, this afternoon I received WhatsApp message from Mr. Bayo Ononuga, my former boss at African Concord magazine, Abiola's newspaper, and wondered why would he forward such a vulgar message from the APC cyber bullies to me. Anyway, I responded politely. So this is the message of Ononuga. So Ononuga forwarded a message that said, Dear Zani didn't say that she has cancer. Dele Momodu told us, Atiku hasn't denied that he stole Sidiq Wayek certificate. Dele Momodu told us, Dele Momodu bendu ikumbioya. So that was forwarded to Dele Momodu by Bayo Ononuga with a follow-up message like, this is what they are saying about you. Oh, more. You see, sometimes when I look at Bob D, Dele Momodu, and I remember the Ovation days, man, I used to see Dele Momodu as one big, I don't know how to describe, like somebody so powerful that he could see anybody. Whether you are the billionaire, whether you are governor, president, or military, you know that's all those stuff, right? President of anywhere, you go see Dele Momodu Ovation. I have this my uncle in the US, Tabo. So Tabo was kind of the kind of person who told me about Bob D. They were like Bob D. So, in my own household then, we had people that always have these Ovation magazines. Ovation. And you see all of that luxury, that opulency, that old money, you know, those old money. And you see them looking so glamorous. And then right next to them was Dele Momodu. Sorry guys, that was our own Instagram in the 90s. Sorry if I'm kind of feeling nostalgic about it, because now when I look at Dele Momodu, waiting this generation don't show him. And I am like, how time changes here? Where the older people, where they are. It is true that that is where the younger people are going to meet them. When I see people, they drag Dele Momodu online, when the man, they try share his own opinion, it go be like person wey steal a butter inside the Oshodi market. As they drag in shirt, some they drag in this thing, some they drag in neck, some they drag in blocos. Everybody drag. Say, Bob Dylan ṣe báyìí. Bob Dylan drag báyìí torí Ọlọ́run. If you want leave him. They say, Baba, no. If you know what to do, we never finish with him. We'll drag him. All the time. And they later called him Alagbafo. If you are a drug dealer, if you are a trafficker, if you are a looter, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you have money, you will look good inside Ovation magazine. Baba, to appear in Ovation, half page. Maybe they just, this is the way they go your Instagram, they post your picture. They do Instagram celebrity. Dele Momodu that time, to put your picture inside Ovation, half page. No, sorry, quarter page. About 500,000 naira. 500,000 naira. Half. If you want the full page, Ovation magazine, 2.5 million naira. And you go see all these billionaires, they will get like 4 or 5 pages. They do wedding. 5 pages. You go to turn them. You go to see different photos. You go to turn them. Glossy magazine. You go to see all the thieves in Nigeria. They go to look fancy food to you. You go to wish say, one day I go make come. But you know how some of those adults during that time, how did they take cure depression? Not like our generation now, that's nothing they depress you. All of them, they catch you, they look for clout on social media to make you feel better. Back then, the older people in our own generation, they look for the cloth design of the rich people inside Ovation magazine, so that they can tell their tailor to give them that same design, so that they will now feel. Say, Shadi Okoya wore. Have you seen that Shadi Okoya's dress last on the latest of Ovation? They say no, I haven't. I don't buy them. I don't buy them. I have picked about 20 different, especially women, men in co. Anyway, I'm telling you all of this to all of you generation, that you will see Dele Momodu today, and you will drag them. Social media, is what took away Dele Momodu's Instagram. So Dele Momodu had to now kind of blend with this generation, where information, you don't even buy them anymore. They just land on your laps like that. So children, who are supposed to be children to Dele Momodu, they are now taking him up online. Fact for fact. You know, before, when people like Dele Momodu talk, you go say, I understand, sir. Thank you, sir. Very, very sensitive. Because he don't travel. He don't go everywhere. He's a journalist. Don't go everywhere. Dele Momodu they talk. You must don't go everywhere too for you to question people like him. But today, see me, Maiyegun. I no need to open a studio. Now my studio are there so. Worldwide, over 4,000 people are watching me. And by the end of the evening, right, I'm going to get over 80,000 to 100,000 people that are going to see my video. And I'm just going to do that inside my room here. Independent broadcaster. Sure you get. So Sir Bob D had to go and open Instagram, open Twitter, open Facebook, and begin to learn how to like mingle directly with this generation. All of those rich people, they themselves don't open Facebook, they don't open Instagram, they don't buy smartphone, they don't need daily momodu anymore. People can easily put up their own story. Life on the blue sea, life of a rich, you know, when you see DJ Copy, Omo $10, and you see all of them on ship, they say, life on, before Baba, now inside Ovation, you go see that picture, you the craze, you go see picture of Dangote on a ship, inside what? Newspaper, you the wine in it. Now Dele Mamadou himself go there, they flex, they take pictures, everything. Now rich people we will go buy the magazine. Can they do like this? They salivate over rich people. See rich life. But today all the rich people don't open Instagram, they don't open everywhere. They take their own pictures. Some where they too busy, they hire publicists where they take their picture. Sorry, Shamini on looking con. Oh, sorry. I got Ahmed. You see, when I get into that building, I'm going to pretend that, you are not there. So when I'm about to go and meet that man, you are going to take me one unaware. Should you get? I'm going to pretend I'm unaware. Oh yeah. Sorry, Shamini unaware. Con. I said, shut up. Then they will put it on Instagram. Young money, thinking about how to make more money. And then you go see the comment, young money, baba, I must see post. Young money. I know say you they think every minute now money you did run you. People are now hiring, they know they pay anybody anymore to do is Instagram. Same thing with ACBida Bayo Nonuga. He used to be an editor of a whole newspaper. That Ononuga that all of you are now dragging by his own blocos on social media. You go see small person. Efi korok money. Agbalagba male fa korok money dani yada. Agbalagba woni is anonymous. Who is Agbalagba? This useless old man. You know, seeing in Abayo Ononuga is a bigot. Let the korok money mung bro yi. Efi wants to let dear say no, go drag him. You dey drag her, the guy dey floor. They still dey drag her, say we go drag her all in bag, go peel. Now, person we used to be editor. People like Bayo Nonuga, they are feared. Politicians feared them. Okay? Billionaires, rich people, and those who call themselves powerful, they fear editors. Because anything that is going to go into publication is going to pass through the editor. A powerful position. If they want to bury any story, editor will bury it. If they want to push any propaganda, that same Bayo Nonuga is now the one that is arguing with his phone now, with his own children on social media. Oh, Leko, you don't talk nonsense now. Somebody don't talk about this man, get sense. So, and you there, a CBDA is responding. Baba 65 years old. He's almost 72. He's responding somebody who is 21 years, whose future they've mortgaged. And that one day angry, they talk, say, who be this old useless man? And Bayo Nonuga at the age of 68. Now your papa be old. You don't even have home training. Tell me, where's your father as a Shengbowiri? Baba, you think say we did 1980? Where all of them are going to fool around. And they go say, don't disrespect elders. So now them, they disrespect themselves on social media. Now, so when I saw that, I said, Dele Momodu versus Bayo Nonuga. May God give us long life. There are some things that they say if you live long enough, your heroes go become villain. Go hard, oh. Seriously, go hard, oh. People where they hold for high esteem. If you live long enough, and they live long enough too, Baba, you go realize everything again jail. At the long run, in the long run, or maybe not everything, many of them again jail. Right before our very eyes, so we have seen people that we respected, that others dance as on toe inside market, naked. And when we say, what is all of this, sir? You are a respected dad. I believe my master will be with you, sir. What happened to you, sir? They say, una no guy get respect for elders again. Una be fascists and the rest of that. Like, what do you want us to do? We are still telling you that you are naked. You are dancing naked in public because of a drug dealer. Eh? Why we are still complaining? You are not. You are grandstanding. Eh? Can't they masturbate in public like person we use Viagra? About kilo day right before our very eyes. Death can actually be a cover for so many people. And some are saying that if Tinubu didn't become your president, there are so many people that you will never really know who they are. And there are still many more that are still going to tell you who they are. If you are doubting me, person is supposed to jail, they fly presidential jet. Where did they do that one? Eh? Person will be say, if to say Nigeria is actually what it should be, by now, Usman Dan Fodio, the first terrorist in Nigeria, the first official terrorist in Nigeria, his name is Usman Dan Fodio, a trader that visited the region, returned back with army and killed the leaders of all those regions by appointing his own replacement. And before you know it, it became the jihadist region of Nigeria. But nevertheless, if Usman Dan Fodio was honest as the first terrorist of Nigeria, and his own descendants who came after him and came after him and came after him, if they were supposed to be honest, Sharia will come happen, you know. Person they're supposed to don't cut in two hands. You know, they say if you steal in Islam, they go first cut your this hand from here to here. You turn it to they will turn your hand to mekuturu. Mekuturu means that it could just be like a plank. If anybody offend you, go be like say you the whole plank they beat person. Now so your hand go be they don't come out this one. For stealing. If you steal again, they go cut the second one. So you could come be like person with the bob. Like that. So you know go get hand like that. Because they go no say a thief. A thief. Which kind of thief it is? You know, normally now you say you know if you steal again. They can't accuse you say you don't steal again. Oh, how person when no get they steal. Oh yeah, cut her hair. They go cut her hair again. So you can't be one long trouser, one long sleeve and one short sleeve. Now, when you get that good short sleeve in Sharia, they can say you don't go steal again. No, this one is a born criminal. They go come cut that wood where they here get they go cut her here. So when I go come, they just be like I call them Agbera Gani. There's no go around that time, yeah. Whatever you are thinking or you are wishing. They will just become your motivation, but nothing beyond that. You don't get anything to commit any crime again. That is Sharia. But not in this case. Anytime you got to give away the kuturu, somebody was supposed to put a bowl for in front, inside the Kano Central Mosque, in front of Kano Central Mosque. If to say Sharia is Sharia, go presidential jet, and you are hoping that Nigeria is going to get better. They play. Nigeria go see better. I say, okay, they listen. Continue. I mean, let me tell you something, Maiyegun. The problem of Nigeria is just a bad leadership. Nigeria is still going to work. See, there are many other places that are worse than Nigeria. They play, Shogbo, they listen, Now, presidential jet of Nigeria then flew to Imo State for political campaign of APC. That is Gandola. That was Gandola. The Baban Riga mobile banking CEO of Kano. The way that was caught on camera, pocketing money. The bribe he took as a kickback from awarded contract when he was governor. He was caught on a 4D camera, 4K camera, or 8K, go save. Clear, not only, but let's say 4K. 4K camera, the whole saw it too, Baba. Now, person who recorded them, the whistleblower, the guy nearly died. He had to run away from Nigeria. They can say, who gave you authority to record him? Record only. Ninu Sharia. Where we get what about Sharia? Say, no. What you just did right now is violation of privacy. You violated his private. Only they get rights, Nigeria. In Nigeria, thieves, they have more rights than majority of you who are pretending to be going to one heaven or another heaven. I don't know. It's a different rule. Privacy is one important. Go. Today, that thief is the APC, Egbekegbe's national chairman, Gandola, the Babanriga Mobile Banking CEO of Kano, flying the Nigeria presidential jets for APC, Egbekegbe's campaign in Imo State. Elmo, you will see impunity, you go run. I told you, just wait for it. As last, if you can't beat them, you join them. You can be like this guy. What's the call him? Kubana chief priest abi. Onion. God knows how many views that is going to give to him on Instagram abi TikTok. The Latin money lole. In that same airport, where thieves gathered, criminals gathered, they want to go and promise him of state people prosperity, security, employment, and all of that nonsense. See, I'm here. I'll do the same if I was there. But my own caption is going to be like, almost see the thieves yelled and they yelled and they emo, they don't land. It's just all fooling around, isn't it? It's, fooling around. Everybody taking their own chances. If you can't beat them, you better join them. I mean, I was, when I was actually returning back, like, okay, I won't go. My time is almost up. Now they go. And so I heard that Abia people, they celebrate. Why? Alex Sotti, what did he do? He don't bring Julius Baja back to Abia State. That was the moment that thing hit me. That you might have been facing wars in your own state in the last 24 years. I don't think there is any state that is worse than Abia State with what they did to them. 24 years. They made the people of Abia State believe that it would take a miracle to fix ordinary road. And for 24 years, Abia people adjusted to that, existing in that ruined economy. And PDP, they just shared the money from Oji Uzokalu to Theodore Oji. From Theodore Oji to Ikpeazu. And that was the last time. They all spent 8 years. 24 years. They must have done Abia people so bad that when they saw that Oti was building Aba Port Harcourt Road. It's like a miracle. Christmas came early. They never start construction, no. Just bring it. Julius Baja, at a point, Julius Baja left the states because the state government stopped paying them. And they were like, you know what? You won't pay us, and then we won't have to do any job here. And they left the state completely, like about 15, 16 years ago. So people come, they dance. Politicians do you bad in Nigeria. It's no good. It's not. And I've said this many times. What people actually wanted is so not much. You've only been backing criminals that always make your life worse. I must see people, they celebrate Julius Baja coming back to... They are not asking for too much. Build the road, provide electricity, provide healthcare, make these the schools standard and safe. People will figure the rest out. Nigerians will build their lives. if these infrastructures are there, but they deliberately chose not to put them there and let you continue to wallow through hardship that I believe are 100% man-made. Well, the people of Abia, let's hope Alex Otti will continue to give you reasons, and then the reasons to justify why you, the obedient, swept PDP out of your state. Like, you probably are those who are, at least in this dispensation, you are those who are benefiting from the obedient movement more. In fact, they say, what is the essence of obedient movement? And what does that mean to you as a person? If you are from Abia State, you probably have your own evidence there. And others may laugh at you and be like, a road. Tell them, you would never understand. It's not just a road. It is indeed it's like the first time the people of Abia State were allowed to choose their own leader, and it paid off. Right. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time tonight. I am going to draw the curtains here. I'm not taking calls, okay? Like I said, I'm having a very, very busy week. Very, very busy one until Sunday. And then I'm going to be away for a week, 5 days. So it's so much here. But I promise you, I'll always keep you up to date. And once in a while before then, we will speak on the phone here, whereby we'll kind of So thank you so much for spending your evening with me to this point. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Remember, like the broadcast, share it. And you can watch out for the replay tomorrow. And from here, it's going to be a good night. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
ha kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn.